Good day, everyone. My name is Primrose. If it's your first time here, you are very welcome. If you're returning, Sabi, thank you so much for the continued support. Guys, we got to watch this documentary about TB Joshua. BBC News Africa has uncovered evidence of widespread abuse and torture by the founder of one of the world's biggest Christian evangelical churches. Dozens of ex-Synagogue Church of All Nations members, 5 British, alleged atrocities, including rape and forced abortions by Nigeria's late TB Joshua. The allegations of abuse in a secretive Lagos compound span almost 20 years. The Synagogue Church of All Nations did not respond to the allegations, but said previous claims have been unfounded. TB Joshua, who died in 2021, was a charismatic and hugely successful preacher and televangelist who had an immense global following. The BBC findings over a 2-year investigation include dozens of witnesses' accounts of physical violence or torture carried out by Joshua, including instances of child abuse and people being whipped and chained. The second one was numerous women who say they were sexually assaulted by TB Joshua, with a number claiming they were repeatedly raped for years inside the compound. The third one is multiple allegations of forced abortions inside the church following the alleged acts by TB Joshua, including one woman who says she had 5 terminations. The fourth one, multiple first-hand accounts detailing how Joshua faked his miracle healings, which were broadcast to millions of people around the world. One of the victims, a British woman called Ray, was 21 years old when she abandoned her degree in Brighton University in 2002 and was recruited into the church. She spent the next 12 years as one of Joshua's so-called disciples inside his maze-like concrete compound in Lagos. We all thought we were in heaven, but we were in hell. And in hell, terrible things happen, she told the BBC. Ray says she was sexually assaulted by Joshua and subjected to a form of solitary confinement for 2 years. The abuse was so severe, she says she attempted suicide multiple times inside the compound. The Synagogue Church of All Nations Gone has a global following, operating a Christian TV channel called Emmanuel TV and social media networks with millions of viewers. Through the 1990s and early 2000s, tens of thousands of pilgrims from Europe, the Americas, East Asia and Africa traveled to the church in Nigeria to witness Joshua performing healing miracles. At least 150 visitors lived with him as disciples inside his compound in Lagos, sometimes for decades. More than 25 former disciples spoke to the BBC from the UK, Nigeria, US, South Africa, Ghana, Namibia, and Germany, giving powerful corroborating testimony about the experiences within the church. With the most recent experiences in 2019, many victims were in their teens when they first joined. In some of the British cases, their transport to Lagos was paid for by TB Joshua in coordination with other UK churches. Ray and multiple other interviewees compared their experiences to being in a cult. Jessica Kaimu from Namibia says her ordeal lasted more than 5 years. She says she was 17 when TB Joshua first after and that subsequent instances of rape by TB Joshua led to her having 5 forced abortions while they. This were backdoor type medical treatments that we were going through. It could have ended our lives, she told the BBC. Other interviewees said they were stripped and beaten with the electrical cables and horsewhips and routinely denied sleep. A shocking journey into a maze of manipulation and terrifying abuse perpetrated by one of the most powerful religious figures of the 21st century. A 9-episode season, a shocking journey into a maze of manipulation and terrifying abuse. On his death on June 2021, TB Joshua was hailed as one of the most influential pastors in the African history, rising from poverty. He built an evangelical empire that counted dozens of political leaders, celebrities, and international footballers among his associates. He did, however, attract some controversy during his lifetime when a guest house for church pilgrims collapsed in 2014, deleting at least 116 people. The BBC investigation, which was carried out with international media platform Open Democracy, is the first time multiple former church insiders have come forward to speak on the record. They say they've spent years trying to raise the alarm, but have effectively been silenced. A number of our witnesses in Nigeria claim they were physically attacked, and in one case shorted after previously speaking out against the abuse and posting videos containing allegations on YouTube. A BBC crew that attempted to record footage of the church's Lagos compound from a public street in March 2022 was also fired at by the church security and was detained for a number of hours. The BBC contacted SCON with allegations in our investigation. It did not respond to them but denied previous claims against TB Joshua. Making unfounded allegations against Prophet TB Joshua is not a new occurrence. None of the allegations was ever substantiated, it wrote. 4 of the British citizens who spoke to the BBC say they reported the abuse to the UK authorities after escaping the church. They say no further action was taken. In addition, a British man and his wife emailed eyewitnesses' account of the ordeal and video evidence, including recordings of being held at gunpoint by men describing themselves as police who are also members of SCON, to the British High Commission in Nigeria in March 2010 after fleeing the church. In his mail, the man said his wife had been repeatedly sexually assaulted and raped by TB Joshua. He warned the commission that other British nationals were still inside the compound facing atrocities. He says no action was taken also on this case. The UK Foreign Office did not respond to these claims but told BBC that it takes all reports of crime, including sexual assault and violence against British nationals overseas, very seriously. SCON continues to thrive today under the leadership of TB Joshua's widow, Evelyn. In July 2023, she led a tour of Spain. Annika, who left Debbie in the UK to join SCON at the age of 17, told the BBC she believes there are many other victims who have yet to speak out. She hopes further steps will be taken to uncover Joshua's actions. I believe the Synagogue Church of All Nations needs a thorough investigation into why this man was able to function for so long the way he did, she said. The BBC is asking anyone that may be willing to speak to them. If you can also get in touch, you can actually WhatsApp them. I'll drop everything, the WhatsApp line, the tweet address, and where you can actually upload a video or photos, just in case you're affected by this. Guys, as we know that TB Joshua's church was the biggest tourist attraction in Nigeria, 6 out of 10 foreigners coming into Nigeria were headed for this church. The Synagogue Church of All Nations has over 6 million Facebook followers and 1 million YouTube subscribers. Before it was suspended in 2021, it attracted 2 million visitors yearly. Honestly speaking, like I've said before, guys, I don't like getting myself, getting involved in this church stories, because I know how much you can actually rub someone the wrong way, especially if you talk about something that they so wholeheartedly believe in. When I was actually watching this, it was like as if I was watching Jeffrey Epstein's documentary. The only difference between the two documentaries is that Jeffrey Epstein's documentary is not a church one, and this one for TB Joshua, The Disciples, it's church-based. So you can actually tell that these guys, they have the same modus operandi. And guys, it was a massive story. For me, it was massive. It was mind-blowing. Even right now, guys, some of the things we've heard about long before, it's only that, we just didn't really get them exactly from the main characters, like the main people who the stories happened to. So at least I was glad that today I heard it from the horse's mouth. Like these people that were, it was just like a hearsay back then, the stories that TB Joshua has got a room up there where he stays alone, and most of the time this ladies will visit, he'll call them one by one to come visit him. Those are the things that we've heard before. They were like rumors, At least today we heard it straight from the guys that were looking after him. Guys, I was so shocked when I heard that, when these guys were saying that this man, will, when he goes to the toilet or to the shower, he will just take his undies up to, just push them down, and then they'll finish the job. They'll take them down fully for him. I was like, come on, who does that? No matter even if you are the king of the king, the king of the top ones. How can you live a life like that where people even, you undress before people? And I was shocked when the guy was saying he used to even pour honey in his undies. And I was asking myself, what was that honey meant for? Yo, guys, I'm shocked today. Like, today, I don't know. Now, I've always had my doubts. Those are just my doubts. Like I said, I don't want to dwell too much on the story. Right now, I'm just going to tell you the thoughts of other people. But I don't want to dwell too much. But there are some things that really blew me off the roof. I know this video is long already, but let me just drop a few thoughts from different people. Easy Gap said he was a man who preferred to mind his business and the ministry and stayed in his lane. And Calm Doctor said most of these preachers and self-proclaimed prophets with massive following are the most wicked human beings, but who are not ready for this conversation. Definitely, you are definitely. I'm on your side. Yeah, and then he continues to say, because most Christians have blurry eyes to a point of worshiping them. And Bra Africa said Nigeria as a country should be ashamed that a church brings more tourists than a country. And Humorous Repost said, I feel joy in my heart that a lot of things are revealing. I've been called a Satan and Antichrist because of the love I feel for my people. Africa must wake up. Africa shouldn't be like this despite our richness. God bless Nigeria. God bless Africa. Excellence said, why talk so much about the dead when he's not alive to defend himself? I didn't bother watching the BBC documentary. It is up to you, Mr. Excellence. Yeah, we all choose what we want to consume, but I always prefer to be in the light, to understand what's happening around me, instead of just being ignorant. Godwin Evo said he wasn't God's servant. This has been known before the latest BBC expose. Leave his philanthropic acts aside. Note, I'm not judging him, just the facts. Yeah, which are real facts for me, because we are different. I cannot say that real facts for everyone. Easy Gap continues to say, why were these allegations not open when he was alive to defend himself? How do you accuse a dead man who can't speak for himself? Easy Gab, remember Jeffrey Epstein was just exposed after his death. There was nobody to speak for him, and a lot of people just laughed that documentary. No one could say Epstein is not there. Why are you talking about him? Why on TV Joshua do you guys want people to keep quiet? Yeah, honestly, guys, it was just too much. If you can manage, guys, just give yourself time. I just thought, let me just break this down for a lot of people that may not be able to actually go and watch that documentary, because those that I've already watched is in 3 parts, and all the parts are close to an hour or so, somewhere around an hour, if not more, an hour, somewhere there, guys. So it's a mind-blowing documentary that will open your eyes, because I've realized a lot of people's eyes are still not open. A lot of people just don't want to move like those horses where you've put blinkers around them. They just want to move like that. They don't want to understand. Even if it's bad, guys, even if you're talking about a pastor or a prophet or somebody, if you are telling the truth, you are telling the truth. There is nothing that can happen to you because you've spoken the truth. So I don't understand what is it that people fear talking about these people so much. And another thing that really broke my heart in this documentary, guys, it's his daughter, the secret daughter that he had out there, not with the current wife. Yeah, guys, oh my God, that child went through a lot. Guys, it's a must watch, because if I can actually talk about all the stories that happened there, we'll spend the whole day here. We'll spend the whole day on this video, because that daughter went through a lot. She was beaten like a slave, like as if she's not a human being, guys. Because it's like he was blaming her for being born. That's what everyone was saying, the disciples at scorn. And guys, some stories we've heard through Solomon's Temple channel. That man, I forgot his name, and this woman Bisola, she also has a channel. Those are the main people that were talking there. And this lady Sihle, I saw her on Ricky's trailer. She was also one of spoke about TB Joshua, the things that they went through with him. And again, this man, according to how they started, they're saying he was doing all these things because of revenge to the white man. He really wanted the white man so much because the white man put his forefathers through a lot, and he wanted to have his time with the white man, guys. And you wonder why does a man of God have to be so revengeful? But anyway, guys, it's just a whole lot, honestly. Honestly, it's a whole lot. I wish I could just tell you everything. But I can't because I don't want to take so much of your time already. And if you want me to, I will. Yes, just give me that challenge. But anyway, thank you so much for being a part of this video. Remember to give this video and consider subscribing to this channel. I'll also drop a link to the story just in case you have time to go and watch on YouTube. Thank you so much, guys.